Friend fusion, friend fusion, friend fusion, friend fusion, friend fusion,
Friend fusion. Marker and action.
Hey friend, I'm Trinity Mitchell, better known as your friend Trend, and welcome to this episode of Friend Fusion. Friend, I have a woman with me who lives her life in front of the cameras, right? And I would think that it's got to be stressful. But what I find to be the most impressive thing about her is that she's a woman just like me, with a story just like me, with a mission and a purpose just like me. And I wanted to have this conversation with her today because she's just like me. She's a girl's girl. When you see her, you see yourself. She's beautiful, she's empowering, and she's doing more than just living her life in front of the cameras. She's reminding other people that they too have purpose. And I'm so honored to present and introduce to the set of Friend Fusion. My friend, our new friend, Toya Johnson Rushing. Say hey, friends.
Hey, friends.
How are you feeling today?
I am feeling good.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am feeling amazing, okay?
I'm so glad to have you here. I had to pull that one because that's interesting. How does it? So I don't know I've never had anybody to say, "Are you sure you're good?"
Yes, girl. I don't think I ever had. Well, you know, somebody that really know you and they like you're
right,
off. Yeah.
right. Then that would be different.
It's like, okay, you're not acting yourself. Like, you know, are you good? Like for real, are you good?
Yeah.
But like a stranger, no, I've never had that.
Are you sure you're good? Girl, get out my face, girl.
Right.
Well, I'm glad to have you on the set of Friend Fusion.
Thanks for
You have
having
so
me.
much to share, so much to impart into us today. And I know this is going to be super, super fruitful. So how are you feeling? What season are you in? What has it been like for you?
I am feeling good. You know, in life we go through things, but the strong survive and we learn lessons from it. We have our ups, we have our downs. Nothing in life is perfect.
Yeah.
You know, so I just embrace everything along the way, like to be quite honest. Although, you know, sometimes you just be feeling like beat up by things because, you know, it's thing after thing after thing after thing. But the beauty in it is the outcome.
Yeah,
So that's what I just be like, okay, what am I learning here? Like, what is the lesson? I feel like everything we go through in life, there's a bigger picture at the end. Like there's a lesson, a learning lesson, like something you're supposed to take from this. It's all that saying, like, you know, everything happens for a reason type thing.
Absolutely.
Like, what is the reason for this? But I know I'm gonna learn something from it and it's gonna make me stronger. So that's just where I'm at now, like honestly.
Can I be honest with you?
Go ahead.
I don't watch TV.
Oh, good.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. So I was having a conversation with my husband recently, and we were talking about interviewing you and what that would look like. And so I don't even know if Brandon was familiar. It's so funny because we're like in our own world.
I love it.
And we enjoy minding our own business. Like it's the best, right?
The best.
And as big as my platform is on social media, I'm not like sitting and scrolling my content and schedule. I have a full life. I got a 1-year-old. It's just different. So I don't have that kind of time, you know?
Right.
And so I told Brandon, I said, what's so funny is most people would identify Toya with Regine and Regine's dad and all these things. But I'm like, when I think about her, I just think about brand, businesswoman. I don't even know how to is something wrong with me?
No.
How to is something wrong with me?
No.
I want to know how did you not let that be your thing? Like I'm Lil Wayne baby mama, or like how were you able to become like Toya? Separate yourself from all of the hype.
Right. In the beginning, it was hard because when you are associated with somebody as big as that, you know,
Right.
like it's like they know this person. They don't know you. You are part of their lives. So it's like you have to do something to make yourself stand out. And my thing has always been like for years, I have a daughter. My daughter is 26 years old. So I wanted to make a name for myself. Like I didn't want to just live in someone's shadow, although you get the perks of that, the lifestyle and all of that type of things, but it's like I wanted so much more for my life, and I wanted to show my daughter that, listen, your mama, I want my daughter to see me doing things on my own, making a name for myself. So that's something I always strive to do. Like whether it started out with me writing a book, telling my story, then opening boutiques, then becoming an entrepreneur, doing television and doing different things and events around women, just living out my life and my truth and the things that I want to do in this world. So
tell me, as a woman, what insecurities did you have to overcome to become the entrepreneur you are?
Ooh, I would say insecurities. I used to be so shy. I promise you.
Really?
Like, you probably can't believe that today, but I used to be so shy. I would walk in a room and just shrink up.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, like that was like one of my big things. It wasn't that I wasn't confident, but I'm coming from where I come from, and then I'm placed in all of these different rooms as I started to evolve. Like even with me starting out in television, I would be placed in like all these different rooms doing different things around all these people. And sometimes I would find myself shrinking, like, oh, do I belong in these rooms? I had to wake up. Like, sis, yes, it's the reason you are in these rooms. God placed you here. Like, you walk in these rooms and you own them. So, it took me building up, I guess, get more confident and just more comfortable. But that was like a big, like, insecurity for me, like just being around like different kind of women that's making moves. And now it's like to see how I have evolved and how I embrace that and how I'm all about women empowerment and connecting with the right women to get, like we can do things to level up together and trying to help pull other women that was once in my shoes up to the top. So yeah, I would say if I had to say like a, insecurity or some sort, it would be my shyness of feeling like I didn't belong in certain rooms and spaces.
Speaking of being a girl's girl and being a woman who empowers women, what woman can you identify in your life that helped you get over that shyness?
Let's see. One woman in my life that helped me get over that shyness, I would say, it was around that time. I would say Tiny.
Really?
Honestly, Tiny, when we first started the show, she'd be like, come on, T, like, we would kind of play off each other and she would make me feel comfortable, like, you got this, you could do this. Like, she was always like a big sister role to me. And she's been doing it for so many years. And I'm watching her like, okay, I got this.
Maybe I can do it. Yeah.
Yes.
And speaking of Tiny, you got some longevity in your life. Like when I think about you, I think about your friends. And I think about these ladies when I did watch TV. Like y'all have been friends for a very long time.
Yes.
That means you've navigated hard things. You face some days where you like, girl, tell me, how have you as a friend been able to keep these types of relationships that do have longevity?
I would say like just being yourself, being real, having those uncomfortable conversations when needed, and being there for people, not just in the good times. We all, like I say, we go through things in life, and the real friendship is at you get to see the real friendship when a person is still themselves during every stage of your life. When you're going through something that's just where everybody seems to shy away and your friend is really still there, you know what I'm saying? Like those difficult moments, those not so glamorous moments or whatever. And we had quite a few of those, like in our times of our friendship or whatever. And she has proven to be like a big sister to me no matter what. We have been there for each other.
It's so beautiful.
And had those moments, I will say, like on and off camera, in the media, and not like we always show up for each other. And to me, that's what real friendship is.
Yeah, it goes from friendship to family.
Yeah, you become that's what I feel we are now.
Yes. So tell me about a moment in friendship where, because I think for me, the turning point for me in becoming a better friend was like owning the ugly things about me.
Yes.
And like I had to own that I was aggressive. I don't care how I talk to people. Like it was just, I was a mess, right? And I tell a story where I lost my best friend. And I used to live in regret, but the Lord delivered me from that. But I lived in really a lot of guilt, a lot of regret because of how I handled her prior to death. I didn't want to have a conversation with her, and I just decided to like ghost her. I was playing in her face. Like I was talking to her, but I wasn't talking to her. I was very avoidant because I was just so hurt. And I was just like, you know what, I'm going to punish her. So I used my silence to punish her. And before I could actually speak to her again, she passed away.
Wow.
And so that was something I had to deal with a whole lot of ugly things about myself because I was regretful of that. So what are some ugly things that you've had to face about Toya to be able to maintain longevity in your relationships?
I would say people say that I'm the type of person that always want to fix things. I always want things to be perfect, or um when I speak on something, I'm very passionate about it, and that could come off as like what you're saying is um not as important, because I don't know, like some people could take it the wrong way, but when I speak on something, I'm very, very passionate about it, and it depends on who you're talking to. People could take that the wrong way, but if you know me and you know my heart and like, oh, she's really serious about that, then you kind of know. So I think with me, I would say it's my tone and delivery. Like my tone and delivery may be off to people sometimes.
So
like,
you're not always this sweet.
I'm sweet, but it's like, say if I've always been sweet, but you know, I'm human. I have my moments too. You say, for instance, if we're having a conversation about something and we disagreeing with it, like I don't really
I
agree
said something
with.
about Reginae.
Okay, perfect example.
Yeah, go.
I can't even go there with it because, see, that's different. It's like you
finna turn up.
Yeah, that's a
don't
little
play about my
different.
kids.
I'm talking about if we as friends have like a disagreement or something, and I feel you're wrong.
Okay.
But you know, it's always two
I
sides
was late
to something.
to your event, 2
and
hours.
I'm like, okay, you always do that. Like I gave you a pass, this and that, and we talking about. But I'm like, I'm gonna go into deep with it, like you know. But I show up for you, like you know, some, whatever the conversation may be. But I might get real passionate about something, and you looking at me like, what is this? Why are you so loud? Like, what are you going? But I don't mean nothing by it. It's just like, I come from a family like that. Like when we speak on things, it's like everybody just so passionate. It might seem like I'm yelling at you or something.
Yeah.
So it's not really what I'm saying. You can't even get to what I'm saying because I'm just so like
delivery.
Yeah, it's my delivery that might be off sometimes. So I didn't have moments like that with friends. They're like, she was hollering at me and this, but I really wasn't. And then when I try to break it down, it's like, okay, I guess as they get to know me, they like, oh, okay, I see. And I do that like with just different people or whatever. Some people be like, Toya crazy, but like that's how she just talk. And then some people would take it personal. But I really, in my heart, don't mean nothing by it. It's just my tone and delivery. And that's something that myself, that I've been working on over the years.
That's good. And you know, they say friendship helps us with marriage, right?
Yeah.
And so you got my man. I've heard you talk about Red.
Yes, my man.
How has what you learned in friendship in terms of delivery helped you in your marriage?
See, I would say what I learned in friendship helped me with my marriage. Just pointing out those things. So it's like now I'm more like I am. What's the word I'm trying to say? I know that
aware.
I do. Yeah, I'm more aware of it now. So it's like now that it's a thing, and you know, I've been called out on it a few times from my friends. It's like I'm trying to change it. So I'm moving a little different with my spouse or whatever. But he called it out before too.
That's beautiful.
Like in the beginning. But you know, now it's changing. I'm working on that.
I love that. I love that so much.
We're not perfect.
Yeah. How long have you and Red been married?
We've been married now for almost 3 years.
Okay. What have you learned about Toya since being married?
What I learned about Toya since being married, I would say, well, I know I went through a phase before being married. Like it would just be my. I'm learning it ain't no my. It's us, it's we. You know what I'm saying? Because I was so used to doing everything myself and just wanting to be the person that think I could just, you know, I got it. I'll do it. No, you gotta let this man lead.
You gotta let this man.
Let him
man,
man.
girl. Yeah.
Because I was just used to with my previous relationships, I still had to feel like I had it. You know what I'm saying? I never felt comfortable enough to just let loose and
I
just
love
let
that.
the man lead. So now I finally got a man that is patient, that is kind, that is, he's very attentive, he's supportive, he's loving. Like he's all of the things that I prayed for in a man. So it's like God sent you just what you needed. Let him lead. So, now we've been together for almost 7 years now. So it's like it's different now. It's like now I'm letting him just, but in the beginning that was a struggle for me.
Yeah.
Because I still had like a somewhat of a guard up that I had to learn to let down when I felt safe.
Yeah.
And I feel safe.
That is so beautiful. That is so beautiful because a lot of times we as women will self-sabotage. I think too, there's something that makes you believe you don't deserve it.
I know.
Like it's too good to be true. So it's like
that.
Yeah. Like a soft, okay, so where soft life has become a very prevalent term. And so like we know that we want that life, what that feels like, what that looks like. But once we start to get it, it's like, I don't know.
Girl, why are we like this?
I don't know.
It's like, this is what you prayed for. This is what you wanted. It's right in your face. Treat it right. Do right by it.
Yeah. So people talk about the Tiara prayer. What is the Toya prayer?
Girl, the Toya prayer is, listen, I just prayed for first of all, I prayed to heal myself so I could love again. Because I went through a point in my life where I can honestly say, I used to say this out of my mouth. Like, I'm never getting married again. I was with my partner, like I was with my husband. I would literally say this to people, like, girl, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you saying that? But that's how I felt at the time because this is my third marriage. I felt like, oh, I'm never doing this again. But the tongue is so powerful. Why are you speaking this upon your life? Like, you are a wife. This is what you want. Like, why are you speaking against it? So I had to check myself. Okay, listen, stop saying that foolishness, embrace it and roll with it. And look, 7 years later, like I'm married, I have a beautiful daughter, beautiful family, and I was trying to speak against that. Like, no, this is what God wanted for you. He sent you the man that you prayed for. Like, and I just prayed for like, just to be able to find somebody that I can really connect with once I'm healed and once I'm able to love again. And I feel like it came right on time.
Yeah. And your youngest name is Rain? I want to know what convinced you to post this picture the other day talking about, do she look like me or her dad?
No, because she do be looking like me sometimes. I promise you. It depends on the angle.
It depends on the angle?
No, people say that to me sometimes, and then I can see it in my
She's pretty.
But she don't look like me. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, she's very pretty, like mommy. She looks like daddy.
She does. She looks like her daddy and her grandma, but sometimes...
How did the comments go for you?
Girl, it didn't go well. It didn't go well. It was like, are you crazy? Like, what? I can't believe this is even a thing. But some people did say it's times that I see her in you.
I believe that's true.
Yeah.
I believe that's true. I haven't seen enough pictures of her, but I'm sure that's true. Yeah. Because most of the time when girls look just like their daddy, it's like, mama, I don't really know if this makes any sense, but I feel like the people who get it. It's like mama make them pretty. Like they don't look like mama, but mama is the pretty.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I mean, that's, listen, the mama gotta have
her
little sparkle in there too.
Yeah, it's like mama did the finishing touches.
Yeah, we added that sparkle, that...
Yeah, she seems like she has a big personality.
Oh, she does. Yeah. She does. She's like an old lady.
So what is it like to have kids who are 20 years apart? I feel like you probably like stretched every day. Like what is that like?
20 years apart. That was crazy because I was just done and then I had to start all over again. It's things that I'm like, okay, I felt like a new mom. Like I've never, had a kid. Because I was a kid with the first kid and then it's like, now I'm an adult. It's like 20 years later. But I'm going to be honest. Like that little girl has been such a blessing in our lives. And she keep us like, just keep us going. Like just full of energy. Even though it was like that 20-year gap, everybody was just so excited. Like even my oldest, like I felt like if it would have happened any earlier, because she went through her stage where it was just, I'm the only child syndrome, so it happened right on time, and she was able to help me with the little ones. So that was perfect.
So how was their relationship? Are they like best friends?
They are, girl. They have a really good relationship. They love to come do TikToks. They talk, call each other, because my oldest had moved to LA, so she would always call. We would go visit and stuff like that. But they have a really good relationship. That's something I've always wanted, because I didn't really get to have a close relationship with my sister like I would have wanted to.
Yeah.
So it was, I worked extra hard to make sure that my kids have that relationship where they talk all the time and stuff.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job with cultivating it, because it's interesting how, we don't have it necessarily. A lot of us, like, we don't have it when we grow up, but we're able to produce it. And I think a lot of times we forget that we can create the life we want. Like, it doesn't have to be a repeated cycle. So I think what I see for you is like the cycle broken. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Congratulations.
I want the cycle to be broken.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
You.
So tell me this. What is it like parenting an adult child?
Ooh, child, you think when they reach their 20s and they're 21, it's just over. Like, it's more like they got it.
Yeah.
But they still, mommy this, mommy, I need help with
what
that.
Mommy, I need
all the time. But if you think about it, even in your 40s, if you're blessed to still have your parents around, it's like you still go to your parents, or you ask for advice, you talk to them about stuff, whether, you still want to be able to go to your parents, or know you can if you're blessed to still have your parents here. So I get it, but I'd be like, girl, listen, but I do it. I show up. I love it.
Tell me, what is the greatest misconception that people have of Toya and Reginae?
I would say the biggest misconception of us, like, people think that I'm not really a mom to Reginae. It's more like a friend relationship, that I allow her to just do anything she wants. And
did you say she's 21?
She's 26.
26?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's 26. But this has been going on for a while. They've been thinking that.
Okay.
But these are people that really don't know me. Like, if you know me, you know that is far from the truth. I'm a mom first before anything. And my daughter knows, like, she's just, the difference between me and Reginae, I'm gonna be honest, is she's, how you grew up and you one way, like, I was like a sassy little girl, but I wasn't in a spotlight. I had to be a sassy little girl and get checked by my family members and different stuff, like, control your, blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely, yeah.
See, Reginae is, like, she is in a public eye, so anything in every stage of her life has always been publicized. So it's like,
I never thought about that. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's like all of us go through childhood phases and different things where it's like your parents have to teach you in private, but the difference is a lot of our moments were on television. And, things were the same thing that you go through in your house that we never see. You just actually got a chance to see these things, her learning, her times of learning and being checked and different things like that. And the world got to see it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's no different than when you were a child or when I was a child, or the things that we went through. But trust me, she get checked, and trust me, she get the proper parents and she needs. But, let the world tell it. You know how people is. It's like,
the fact that she's 26, though, you should be at some point, like, bridging into friendship. Like,
now.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about, like, this was then.
This
now,
is me not watching TV. Got it. Okay.
This is before, but now that's where we are at. We're at a place finally where we're, we have a really good relationship. We're more, a friendship where we could talk about everything. We have each other back. It's a really solid relationship, and I love it. I wouldn't trade it for nothing. I actually love where we are at as mother and daughter now.
Okay, so Reginae is first Lil Wayne's daughter, and then she's Toya's daughter on all these TV shows, all these things. Did you ever feel regretful about kind of like subjecting her to the public eye?
I feel like she's been in the public eye, with her dad for so many years, like just being seen. But I do feel like a way about, just like I talked about, those moments where she was at the learning and growing stages of her life, like being able, putting that out there, because every child deserves to have some form of privacy, so it is like moments that I'd be like, damn, I just wish I wouldn't have been doing this at this particular moment in her life or whatever. So I do have those moments, but I think she's an amazing girl. Like she has grown so much. She's very strong. She's independent. She turned out to be great. So I can't even complain about it.
Absolutely. And that's a big age gap. So you've learned a lot of what and what not to do. So what is going to be different with Rain?
So Rain ain't having it. Listen, straight up.
Yeah.
Rain see them cameras, Rain be like, whoop, she'll give you a tulip. But, I try not to do too much for Rain in that space because I want her to be a kid. I want her to have a regular kid life. My baby is into soccer. She's into gymnastics. So that's why I spend a lot of my time just allowing her to be a kid and just live her life and not try. And people are like, you should put her in acting. You should no, I'm going to just put her in the things that she loves to do. And right now, even though she has such a big personality and she would be great in those things, I want her to do the things that she get joy out of. And that's soccer and gymnastics. She absolutely love it. We've been doing it for a couple of years now, and I'm just being a supportive mom. I'm a soccer mom.
I love that for you. I'm a soccer mom.
Yes.
I know it's really important for your girl, because you talked about you wanted to change your life. You wanted to get into entrepreneurship because you wanted Reginae to see something different. You didn't want her to know that women can do it all, not just be mom, but be boss, all the things, right? So I know that's really extremely important for you. So important to you that you have started a women's initiative, right?
Yes.
And I believe it's called We Celebrate You, Sis?
Sis, I celebrate you.
Sis, I celebrate you. Tell me why. What is your why behind it?
My real reason for starting Sis, I Celebrate You is because, like, there's so many women like me in the world that go through the things that I've been through, that always pouring and never being poured into. You know what I'm saying? Like they operate in life with their cups empty. And with Sis, I Celebrate You, I wanted to do something with women where we're all getting poured into. You know what I'm saying? So what you're lacking here, or, you not having that village, or feeling like yourself, or just needing a safe space to just feel like free. So that's what made me want to do it, because, I went through that for so many years up until, I finally got my partner, which is my husband. But, you still need that girl time. Although I do have a strong female village. And people always tell me, like, you are so blessed to have such amazing friends that always support each other. I wish I had that. So it's like, hearing these stories and seeing how me and my girlfriends operate, it's always in a space of love, never in a space of hate. Even though we all have our own lives and we go through things, we have our own careers and different things like that, we still find time to support one another, be there for each other when we're having difficult, hard times or whatever. We show up. And not every woman is blessed to have a circle like that.
Yeah.
So with Sis, I Celebrate You, I wanted to create that and be able to celebrate women from different walks of life. So I started with doing, I wanted to do brunches. And I'm also kicking off my Walk It Off Sis Walk and Talk, where you actually come together. You're walking for mental health and fitness, and you're also creating a safe space to just talk about different topics and just do something for you, whether you're walking off stress, anxiety, weight of the world, just different things like that. But you have a sisterhood in this club.
That's beautiful.
So that's what my whole movement is about.
Yeah, it's amazing. So you say, so you were thinking, my friend group is this supportive, this kind of amazing. Like, you find healing in your friend group. You know what I mean? It's an outlet for you. But to give that community to other women, to bring that to them, because they may not have it, that's beautiful. And I think, too, it gives people the opportunity to find like-minded individuals.
Yes,
it's so hard to find people on the same wavelength.
Oh, it's so hard.
Like, it's so hard. Yeah.
It's
but
so hard.
That creates the opportunity for people to show up and find another woman who may be in the same space, or just looking for a community, and not opposed to new friends, which leads me to my next question. This episode is great, right, friend? I know. Join me for more episodes just like this one in my Patreon community. That's patreon.com/yourfriendtrend. I cannot wait to connect with you in real time. You've had the same group of friends forever. Do you have new friends?
I've had the same group of friends for even my friends from back home. We're still, we are so far apart, but we still find ways to connect. Like, it's moments we connect and we talk. Like, this is way back when I was in school.
Right.
Same group of girls or whatever that we I would talk to. Now that I'm an adult, like, the same group of friends that I met when I moved here, which was years and years ago. back in 2004. When I moved here, 2004, I think. It was just so long ago. When I started connecting with these women, the same group of women, like we'll add, somebody in every blue, here and there, we'll meet somebody. Oh, this is such and such friend. But it's just welcoming. It's always been like a great supportive group of women that when you see us have something, you're gonna see the whole tribe show up.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's what sisterhood is. It's like I'm opening a business. All of us coming out to support you. Since we coming to buy something, we showing up, we promoting it. And you don't have to ask us to promote if somebody's show is coming out or if this is that.
I love that.
That's a sisterhood. Like we all want to see each other win. And I just feel like every woman deserves that group of women, like in their lives.
I feel like you don't have to ask your friends to support you. There's something I've been dismantling through social media. I just feel like it's crazy that we've normalized strangers being our biggest supporters. It's insane. Why is a stranger your biggest supporter, but you do life with somebody every day? Like that's insane.
Crazy.
It's insane, right?
It's life, though. It's just, I don't know. Like they have to believe in you first, and your stuff have to go first with the strangers before your friends. Who are like, who you think is like your group, your crew.
Yeah.
Like really support you.
And it's so crazy because people don't believe in their people until everybody else believes in them.
That part.
Which is really unfortunate. So what's your advice? Do you keep a friend that wasn't really hype on you until everybody else is hype on you?
I think with me, it's like I'm big on this. Like this is one thing that I'm really big on. I'm big on reciprocating that same energy that like if I'm going over and beyond for you, like I know we all go through things in life. So everybody situation is different.
Yeah.
And everybody don't have the mental capacity for certain things. And I believe in giving friends grace, but it's like when you have that one person in your friendship group that is just always wanting to take, and never pouring back in or wanting to see you win, it's like those type of friends, you have to identify that and just learn to figure out how to deal with them.
Yeah.
Like I got to deal with this one from a distance because it's always a take situation, and it's never her pouring that love back into us. Like we're always overly loving you and supporting you and, out loud or, in public or private. And it's like we never really get that same energy back. You have to learn to pull back away from those type of people because they are takers. And takers are triggers for me. Like, because I've been dealing with that for so long in my life. I can't keep a friend around that's just a taker. That's never, never showing up, never even shooting a message like, okay, friend, like let's communicate. Like let's talk about it. This week I'm having a rough time, like a rough week. I just want to be alone. Like I'm not blah blah blah. I won't be able to make it. Like, but if you just go ghost your friend and it's like you never supporting them, you never like when it's their time to shine, you never could show up. Something wrong with that picture.
Absolutely.
Like I can't respect that.
And I think too, when it comes to friendship, a lot of people, they only look at it from a taker's lens, what I can get out of it, not what I can pour into it. But I feel like friendship is a service. Like when my friend Sarah sent over there, and I have other friends like Drea and my friends, like I think about if I'm in your life, how can I add to your life? What can I contribute to your life? Because I do know I add value.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people think they're valuable. They may see you. You know what? I'm having a revelation for you. People may, if people don't find themselves valuable, they're going to decrease your value. They're looking for you to give them something they don't have. So they're always going to like take from you. Because they don't see themselves valuable. They have nothing to offer. They don't even know how to perceive. They may not be bad people, but they don't see themselves as valuable. And so they don't bring things to offer. They don't know how to pour. It's not something that they're capable of.
But sometimes it don't even have to be things. It can be like a friend I have all kind of different friends. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have the successful friends that's A-list to my regular friends that work a 9 to 5, and I love them all equally and try to show up for them all equally. The thing is, it's like sometimes it just take a conversation. Like I have a cousin I just talked to the other day who is like a friend of mine also because we've been so close for so many years. I'm talking to her and randomly she just, I was like, wait, something a little off with her. Like she's not really being herself. So I took a moment and I asked her, I was like, oh, you okay? She was like, yeah, I'm good. And so I was led to just speak into her. Like just pour positivity into her and point out the things that I see that she is doing great, because I just felt in that moment that she was so down. Sometimes that's all it takes for a friend to do. Like, you don't have to come do this, that, and the other.
It's the intangible things. Yeah.
Right. So it's like, and then when we hung up, she was like, you just don't know how much I needed that. You know, so
But you
it's
had it
just
to give.
yeah, but sometimes people don't have it to
They don't
give.
have
I
it to
get it.
give.
I get it.
Yeah, they really don't have it to give. And so I think for me, I've just learned in terms of friendship is I pay attention to people who pay attention to me. That's really what it boiled down to. I pay attention to people who pay attention to me. Now, I feel like we have one thing in common, which is losing someone close to us. I know that you lost a brother. Two brothers. How has it shaped you?
That was a very difficult thing to go through. You know, losing one brother is crazy, but losing two at one time, you know, it definitely shook my whole world up. You know, because I never even saw that coming. At that point in my life, I don't think I even had many debts in my family. And for my brothers to be the first and not one but two, it shook all of us up, like mentally. And um that grieving process was tough for my whole family. Um it's That's one of those things where the pain doesn't it never really goes away, but as life goes on it gets easier. And with me, I had the pleasure, the honor of raising my brother's daughter, who I took care of for years, and now she's off in college. So for me, I had a piece of him always, you know, and I still do. And just their kids, just, you know, being around, just talking to their kids also keep us going. But, you know, when you lose anybody that you love or you're close to, that grieving process is a lot.
Yeah. You mentioned that this is your third marriage. What's the difference that you're experiencing in this marriage with Red than you ever experienced in marriage?
I would say Red, you know, it's a different kind of man. Like he is very patient. He's understanding. He's supportive. He's a friend. You know, like he's really a good man. He's a great father. Um, and he listens. Like Red is one of them observant type of guys where he just always sit back observing and just picking up things or whatever. And it's just his approach on life, you know, how he handles situations and how he protects the people that he loves, like their hearts, like he's just a really good man.
Yeah, I
Like
love that.
he really is.
I love the peace over you when you're talking about him.
Yeah, he that's my piece for sure, my
I love
rock,
it.
my piece. And he knows, you know what I'm saying? Just like I could sit up here and tell that to you. My husband is very confident of our relationship and the love we have for one another. Like, although we come from two totally different walks of life, he come from a complete family, like a mom and dad that's been married and together for years, loving family. My situation is totally different, but he was that piece to my puzzle that was missing. You know, like he helps me to be able to, when I'm having those moments of not feeling like I have the family that I've always wanted or whatever, constantly reminds me of the family I'm creating and the family I have within him and our kids.
Yeah.
You know, and that's very important to have a partner that you know, he roots for you and wants you to have that relationship, but he also knows when it's pulling from you, like when it's changing you, or if it's just taking too much from you to where you're not able to pour into the family that you are creating. You know, so I really appreciate him for that. And Red has been a blessing, like a really, really big blessing in my life. And I'm forever thankful and grateful, you know, for the relationship, friendship, the union that we have.
That's beautiful. You are working on a book.
Oh, yes.
What is the title of it?
Okay, so the title of my new book is called 40's Kicking My Ass.
What made you title this book this?
Because I'm going to be honest, like, since turning 40, I can't even begin to tell you the amount of things I have been going through mentally, just with different people in my life, with myself, like fighting myself on different things, like just trying to keep it together in the midst of all of that since turning 40. Like it's been a lot. So I decided to share that whole journey of everything that I've been going through since the day I turned 40.
Wow. How old are you now?
I'll be 42.
Okay. So you got 2 years.
Yeah. So
Okay.
it's like it's been a lot, but I've also learned a lot. I've learned a lot, and I'm so grateful for like just even though everything wasn't so good, I'm still so grateful for it because it it has taught me to appreciate what I do have, the people I have in my life, the everything, like my family, everything, my husband, like everything. Like it has taught me to really, really lock in and appreciate what God has blessed me with.
Yeah.
And not ever take it for granted.
So it's not just about being defeated in this book. So
No,
40
it's a mixture of things. Like it's just sharing like my journey of 40. Like
what do you feel like you're losing it? Like you're 42 now, almost 42 now. What do you feel like you're losing it when you think about 40 is currently kicking my butt? Like
even like on a note of like things breaking down in your body. Like before turning 40, I thought I could drop it low. I thought I can hang out. I thought I can. When I tell you, listen,
you be in bed at 8.
Immediately after, legs aching.
Yeah.
Gotta go get them checked. Like, what's going on? Like, why my legs why I can't drop it low no more without feeling like I got beat up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why my eyesight used to be 20/20 and it's like, I can't even see. And then I relate that to like life too. It's like, okay, I used to have this perfect vision of how things should be, but in reality, at some point in your life, reality kicks in and it shows you that nothing is perfect. Life is what you make it. So like even though my 41-year-old self is losing my vision, it's like now I need readers and different things like that. I'm also learning lessons, like, so it correlates to like the physical things that you're going through with turning 40, like your body aches, down to the level you are at, like with like just embracing everything that's in your life and accepting it and changing what is not for you. So it breaks it, it's a mixture of like things in this book.
Every woman I know that's turned, I'm 34. Every woman I know that's turned 40 is always expressing where she's growing and what she's grieving.
Yes.
Where are you growing and where are you grieving?
I would say where I'm growing is the number one thing for me, because I spoke to you early on this, is just like understanding that, Toya, you can't change people. You can't change things. You can't always be the fixer. Sometimes you have to let go, let God. So it took me 40 years to understand that because it was always, but why? But I don't get it. But I want it this way. Like it was always still like I can get knocked across my head 50 million times with the same situation and I would still stay there and do the exact same thing. It took me 40 years to change that. Like, it's crazy. And then and what's the other question? You say where I'm growing?
You tell me where you're growing. What are you grieving?
I think I'm grieving. I said I wasn't going to touch on this topic because I'm just tired of talking about it. But what I'm grieving is,
it's okay, friend.
Yeah. So long story short, what I'm grieving is wanting to be accepted by the people I love the most, like such as my mom, like the person who gave birth to me. Like that's the number one area where I'm grieving at, wanting to have like I don't know, like I don't know, like just having a better relationship with my mom where it's not like that's the only area in my life where it's hard for me because that's your mom, like that's the person who gave birth to you and you want to have a relationship of feeling like like I'm your kid, like I'm 40 some years old but I'm still your
baby.
child, like I mean I'm still your daughter, like it's just trying to how can I say this? Just trying to figure out how to navigate that situation. You know, just having a relationship with my mom where I'm accepted without what I can do for someone. Like it's just
you, just accept it for
genuine,
you.
like, you know, just that's just a struggle part of my life. Like I can't really quite speak on it because it's just so much, and it's like you try not to put so much out there in the public, but it's like you ask me a question, I'm answering it. So that's an area that I'm grieving in, but I'm also understand because it's harder. Like you can get it together with everybody else, but when it's certain people in your life, like your mom,
it's hard.
It's harder to apply that same thing to your mom. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, so that's just an area where, you know,
you're growing.
Yeah.
You're growing too. Growing and grieving. Yeah.
So
in what ways has learning to say no become a benefit rather than a burden to your life?
So I used to feel bad for saying no. Like so bad. Like it used to eat me up to the point where I probably would call you back and be like, okay, here. You know what I'm saying? I could not say no, but now I have learned that it's one of my favorite words. If I don't want to do it, I'm not. If it's, no.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Did you find that freedom with 40?
I found that freedom with 40. Definitely.
I'm really looking forward to this
And it
book.
brings you so much peace. It brings you so much peace because it's hard. Because you have that guilt sometimes when you're able to do something, but like if I do this, then this is going to happen and they're going to feel this. It's a lot that come behind it. So no.
Yeah.
No. I got to protect me. So no has been one of my favorite words.
Because yes, it's expensive. I don't know if you read Teray Roberts' book, but he brings a revelation to how expensive your yes is. So you want to be careful with saying yes to everything. Not even just to like giving people tangible resources, but your time, like your energy, like all the things. You just got to be careful with your yes. And no, even though we sometimes feel bad for saying it, it really is freedom for us in saying no.
It is. I have found it to be freedom. Like, listen, no.
Yeah. If you could leave our friends with anything watching today, right? Our friends watching, if you could leave them with anything, what would it be?
I would tell them, like, I would say, where should I go with this? If I could leave them with any...
Speak from your heart.
Okay. So, I would say, let's see what I could leave the girlies with today. I would say do what's best for you in any situation. It does not matter what it is. You have to always learn to protect your heart, to protect you. And sometimes, even if that takes being selfish, sometimes you have to move in ways that you see fit for yourself, your future, your family. And because nowadays it's like it's always damned if you do, damned if you don't. You might as well do what makes you happy for real.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, because you got you and you have to protect you, and you also have to make sure that you are doing the things that you need to do to keep yourself happy. Because if your cup not full and you're empty, how are you going to be able to pour into your family, your career, your husband? Like, all of the things that you need to do, pour into to grow. So you always have to make sure that you're good at the end of the day. And I feel like a lot of times we forget that. Like we are so busy trying to make everybody else happy and be the person to just be a people pleaser for others that we forget about us. And when we forget about us, as we're drowning and going under, who pulling us up?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how are we going to be able to just be the best version of ourselves if our cups is empty? So I would say, to the sisters that's watching, make sure that you're taking care of you. We get one life. You have to live it to the best of your ability. And you can't, let people bring you down, because they will try hard.
Absolutely.
But you have to stand 10 toes down on what you believe and what feels right for you.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
that would be my advice.
Well, thank you for coming to Friend Fusion.
Thank you for having me.
I'm grateful that we got to share your light today. I get to experience your light in real time. It is so beautiful. It's so great. I feel good. Thank you so much, Toya. Thank you.
For real. Thank you.
Friends, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Friend Fusion. And whatever you do this week, friend, I hope you are inspired. I hope you are encouraged. I hope you are empowered. Please go and love on somebody. Take care of yourself, and whatever you do, address yourself. Okay? I love you. I'll see you back on the next episode of Friend Fusion.
Yay.
Ooh.